All baddies got a story. I'm glad you're here. It's kind of loud outside, y'all. I guess a lot more activity going on during the day than in the evening, but I felt like I should get my live in real quick in case I don't do it later on, or I can't do it later on, because sometimes my internet is in and out and it's not working good. But anyway, if you're new here, please subscribe to All Baddies the Story. And also check out my other featured channels on this page, like my artistry channel at That Girl Shanda. It has some of my original spoken word, my original songs that I write and that I sing and perform on that page, and my original music that I compose. And all the spoken word is narrated by my voice, and all of the music played in the background of the spoken word is music composed by me. So definitely check it out. I also have a podcast with almost 300 episodes on there. The link is in my profile to my podcast. Check it out and subscribe. I also have a few episodes in my podcast playlist folder right here on this channel. Check it out. And if you vibe with it, subscribe to the pod, guys. Link in the profile. And like and share so the video can get out to other people, okay? Hold on. Who is this? Wait a minute. Oh. Hi. Oh, I saw an interesting figure behind me, so I just needed to turn around and take a full inventory, okay? And then he I don't know, something don't look right with him, y'all. That was really, really strange. Like, he literally walked up and over and stopped like a little bit behind me. And he was kind of like, I could see him in through the window in front of me looking like towards me, right? So that's why I decided to turn around and take full inventory. When I turned around, he kind of looked over and looked up at me and was like, hello, hello. But he looked like zombie-ish, like, hello, like zombie-ish. He looked off. And I was like, hi, but y'all clearly saw what I just said. And then he walked back around the corner, and I don't know, something was strange about that. Like he wanted to come and check me out or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad I was live when that happened. Hi. So I came on here, y'all, to do my daily live, but also I kind of came on here to vent. And I don't want to I definitely don't want to use this channel as a venting board, but you know, I got some things going on, like we all do, right? So I've been trying to find a place to rent, right? And I didn't think that it would be so difficult to find a place to rent, but I have been finding difficulty finding a place to rent. And one person assumed that like my applications were being turned down or whatever. And I was like, I'm not even getting to that process. Like, I'm not even getting to that point. And then the next question was, well, do you think it's discrimination? And I was like, well, if it is, it's not I'm used to that. So it's like not a surprise to me at all if it is discrimination. I don't even get to the application process. But, you know, sometimes the ads are scams. Sometimes you don't get callbacks. And when you do get callbacks, they are like, you know, they ask you a few questions about yourself and then they tell you, oh, well, it was rented out, or, oh, it's gone already, or something like that. So it's been really hard for me to find a place to rent, which is another reason why I'm like in between. You know what I mean? And with my in between, it's leaving me having to like be put in situations that I wouldn't normally be put into. And what I mean by that, like, is like I'm being put in situations where like I'm in places with strangers, or not complete strangers, like, well, yeah, complete strangers. And you know, one person I know, but in passing, right? Hi, how you doing? Hey, small talk or whatever. So you don't know them, but you just know them in having like conversation or whatever. But yeah, so I'm being like put in situations where, I'm sharing personal spaces with people and it's uncomfortable. And I understand that people do what they got to do, right, in order to make it through. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I've really been trying to find a place to rent, and I'm just having a hard time. And I wish, like, I asked my cousin or whatever, if she knew some places, and she sent me some places, and just certain things didn't pan out. You know what I mean, in that arena. But it's just, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time, but it's leaving me in these situations where I'm like with, um, personal spaces with people that you wouldn't normally be in personal spaces with. And it's like leaving me in spaces with guys. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying anything against guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything against men or anything like that. But when you are put into personal spaces with men who are attracted to you and who, are trying to get at you, it makes it difficult to kind of stick to a routine and maneuver with your regular life, because you have, the men just trying to, get at you, basically, if y'all understand what I'm talking about. So, like, the first time I was put into the situation where I was in personal spaces with strangers, it was guys, but I must say that the guys were very respectful. Um, there was no clashing or anything like that. We actually all got along. Um, we got along. Surprisingly, we got along. And, or not surprisingly, I shouldn't say that, but we got along. And I think part of the reason why we did get along was because the guys would wake up early in the morning and they would leave and go to work. And then shortly thereafter, I would leave and I would go to work. And, I would come back from work first, right? So that gave me time to kind of have personal privacy where I could shower really quick and hurry up and change my clothes so that I can make sure I'm covered up before the guys came back in the room, and stuff like that. I could eat, I could just have my personal privacy. And then eventually they would come in, or sometimes they would kind of just hang out or whatever. I don't know. For some reason, the scenario just kind of worked and we got along. Like, nobody was bothered by anybody, annoyed by anybody. We went to our respective jobs, came back, had conversation, maybe had something to eat together. It was actually cool. It was a group of Spanish dudes that are from Texas that come out here to work or whatever. And when I was in a not so great situation and they saw me, they helped me out. And so we I have a video in here talking about it. It's the title is called Bunkin' with a Group of Men or something like that. Bunkin' with a Group of Men. And I don't know. And what's crazy is like they gave up a whole bed, and some of them were sharing beds. Like, they didn't even have to do that, but they wanted me to. They just kept saying, "We want you to be comfortable. We want you to be okay. We don't want you to feel uncomfortable. So we're gonna make all the guys go over here, and it's gonna be 2 guys over here, but they're gonna share a bed, and you'll have one all by yourself." And so I mean, they were really, really sweet, and I still really, really appreciate that, right? And so now, a second time, I'm in a situation where, I'm in a personal space with someone that I know in passing, like small talk, how you doing, ever. However, this person has always tried to get at me, you know what I mean? Like, get at me, right? And so now that we're kind of sharing this personal space, like, he's been trying to get at me, right? And so, it makes you uncomfortable. And, a guy can tell you all day, "Oh, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. And I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be respectful, and I'm not trying to. But the bottom line is though is that the difference between this person and the group of dudes from before is that this person, like the other dudes, didn't try to make me feel uncomfortable or anything like that. They didn't come off in like a sexual way. They didn't. Like I said, they were respectful and they made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then with the other guy, it's like it's a lot of sex talk, or it's a lot of talking about my looks talk. Oh, you're beautiful, or you're gorgeous, or your lips, or your eyes, oh this, oh that. You know what I mean? And like invading personal space, like where you're like in your part of the room or in your partner, and then kind of just like walking into your personal space and laying around you, like in your personal space, like in your face, like in your face. You know what I mean? Without being invited is what I'm saying. And so it's uncomfortable. And so when you constantly have somebody telling you that's in a personal space with you, oh, I like to tap that, or why don't we get married, or just constantly trying to get at you, it becomes uncomfortable. So I'm not used to that, y'all. Like, I'm not used to it. And I've always had my personal space, right? And another reason why I keep to myself, like in regards to why I keep to myself away from guys, is for that very reason, because I know that guys can come on pretty strong, especially when you're in a like close proximity with one another, right? And so like I said, I've been looking for a place to rent, and it's just been difficult. I'm going to keep trying. Clearly, I won't stop. But I'm in Southern California, in the Thousand Oaks area. So if anybody lives in Southern California and you know about the Thousand Oaks area, or if you know about any places for rent, I ran into one guy the other day, and he said that he's currently like fixing up a house or something like that, and it's like an additional dwelling unit that he was going to offer up for rent or whatever soon. And I'm like, yo, take my business card, my phone number's on there, call me, please. Like, I got to get the fuck out of this situation, because I don't like being in such close proximities. Like, females is one thing, right? But guys are completely different. And like I said, the other guys, they were fine, but the current one is very has been very kind of like pushy and stuff, and with the sex talk and all of that stuff. And now it's to the point where, I guess because I kind of did like a strong, is that what you call it? A stronghold? Like when you erect boundaries and you're just like, kind of like, okay, I need you to back up. I need you to get out my face. I need you to move back and give me my space, get out of my personal space. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it kind of got tense, right? Because then it's like, oh, you want me to move back? And it's just like, but I didn't invite you in my personal space. I didn't invite you in my personal space. so, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. So you want me to, you know what I mean? So now it's like tension, right? When it shouldn't be tension at all. You know what I mean? And now I'm being told, oh, I'm trying to protect myself from being hurt from females. And I'm like, well, I'm not in that category, because there's nothing here. There's nothing going on, Oh, but there could be something going on, but no. I'm telling you, no. So that's the scenario I'm in right now, y'all. That's the situation that I'm currently in. And so because I erected boundaries recently and basically was like, get out my space, you know what I mean? Like, back up, you know what I mean? Now it's tension. Now it's tension. So I don't know, if something might pop off. I don't know if, folks, if he gonna go around spreading lies about me or talking shit or whatever, because the most he could possibly say is, Shanda said, back the fuck up. Get the fuck out, like, back up, get out my space. You're too close. You're too close. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Like I said, I didn't want to vent like make it like the whole venting story or whatever. But because it's on my mind and it's on my heart and it's bothering me, I wanted to talk about it. You know what I mean? And if anything goes down, it's documented on this video about what I'm going through and what's been happening. You know what I mean? So, and mind you, none of this would have never, like, I wouldn't even be in this situation right here, or currently anyway, if the other place that I had put a reservation into, like, didn't put me on a do not rent list only because I completed a survey and told the truth about cat pee in the room. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wouldn't even be in this situation. I would be in my own space right now, not having to deal with a man being in my, being in a personal, being close in proximity with me and constantly trying to get at me. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And I just think it's so funny because he keeps saying like, oh no, I'm respectful of women, and oh no, I would never be like that. But it's just like, but you are, though. You are. And you're doing it. And it's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's tension now because I erected boundaries and told him to get out my personal space and back up. You're too close to me. You're too close. Because you know how sometimes guys will do, well, actually, I'm not going to say guys because I don't know. I haven't been like close with guys like that in a really long time. So I guess I can't really speak to what guys do. But in this particular scenario, it's kind of like, well, let me lay across, her bed to see, maybe if she flinches or if she's okay with it. Oh, and if she's okay with it, then maybe I'll continue to lay across the bed, or maybe I'll continue to get a little closer. And while I'm laying on the bed, let me tap her on her thigh or on her leg or on her stomach, or, get some touches in there to see, if she's comfortable with me touching her. And the only reason why I know that is because when I worked at the Starbucks in Malibu, I worked at Starbucks Coffee in Malibu. The only reason why I know about the touchy thing is because there's this guy that I was working with, an older guy too. He's older. He's like, gotta be in his late 60s, maybe early 70s or something like that. So he was working at Starbucks. I don't know if he's still there or not. I haven't checked. But like, he would do this thing where he would like kind of touch me. And I think it was his way of seeing like if I would flinch or if I would jump or if I would like, how like kind of testing the waters to see if he could get away with it, right? And then I guess because I didn't flinch or I didn't jump or anything, like he kept kind of touching me or whatever, right? And then it got to the point where like he was like patting me on my back, right? And then it got to the point where he would pat me on my back, but then he would like start rubbing across my back, and then his fingers went under my bra strap, and that happened like a few times, right? And to the point where I was just like, can you stop? Like, it's like, stop. You know what I mean? And so eventually I had a conversation with my manager, and she asked me like, how are you getting along with such and such? Is everything all right or whatever? And I was like, he keeps touching me and he's putting his fingers under my bra strap, and it makes me uncomfortable, and I just want him to stop. You know what I mean? And then and she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, and he asked me to go out to dinner with him, and she was just like, what? He's married. And honestly, y'all, has that ever stopped a married man before? Has it ever stopped a married man before? You know what I mean? And so, so she reprimanded him. She had words with him or whatever to stop doing that because it was making me uncomfortable. But then all these other chicks started coming out with their stories, and because it was kind of like a gossip in the Starbucks. Oh, such and such was touching on Shanda, right? Because then other girls were coming up to me saying, hey Shanda, we heard such and such was touching on you and touching under your bra strap and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, who told you that? And then they would tell me that like a supervisor or something told them. And I'm like, so what, this is a store gossip or something? Because I'm not even talking about it because it makes me uncomfortable. So I'm not, I just spoke to the manager or whatever. And then the girl's like, yeah, well, he did that to me too. And then he went, and then he did this to another girl that works at another store. And then this other young girl who was like 17, she came up to me and was like, yeah, he did it to me too. And da-da-da. And then this whole sexual harassment case broke out, and at the Starbucks or whatever, and nobody called me. Everybody was investigated at Starbucks about the sexual harassment, but nobody, like human resources, but human resources never notified me. And I think human resources never notified me because they knew that I was one of the people that was like sexually harassed or whatever. And I don't think they wanted to go down that loophole. So when I found out that there was a sexual harassment investigation that was going on at Starbucks, but by human resources, but I wasn't contacted about it, I personally contacted human resources. And I'm like, why was nobody contacting me? Everybody's telling me people getting interviewed, but nobody's interviewing me. I got a story to tell. Shit happened to me. I want to voice my concerns. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, well, we didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, but why wouldn't you? If you're speaking to people at the Starbucks, why are you not speaking to everybody? Speak to me too, you know? So, like I sent like a long email, and I sent like a long story about, you know, what happened with me, you know, and some other chicks and with their names that came forward and was talking and stuff or whatever. And then that went to human resources. I got a runaround. The person that was supposed to contact me to dig deeper into the case never did. And then I kept emailing her. She never responded. I mean, she responded and said she's gonna get back to me. She never did. So I kept emailing her. It was like a whole thing. Next thing I know, the lady that was supposed to contact me, she took a leave of absence. Then I started getting text messages from a strange number that said that they were a part of the investigation at Starbucks, and they wanted to know everything I know, which of course that's just their way of saying we want to know everything you know so that we can counter it or we can try to cover it up or, you know, shit like that. I'm just like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. But anyway, I got all into that. I didn't even mean to go that deep into all of that, but I say all that to say, like, in regards to when a man is testing the waters with a female to see how far they can get with touching her, like that, if that is the scenario I'm in now, and that's the scenario that it feels like. It reminded me of at the Starbucks that I worked at when a dude was doing that to me. And so that's why I was talking about all of that, because it reminded me of what's been happening currently with me. And so, like I said, now it's like tension because I told the person to back up out of my personal space, to back up. Like, you're too close, you know what I mean? And I don't understand why a guy would even get offended by a female saying back up, or you're too close, you're in my personal space, or I didn't invite you to lay on my bed, or I didn't invite you to like be touching me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's and then they get offended as if they feel like they should be able to do it or something, you know? So it's just interesting. It's interesting. It's very interesting how guys can just get an attitude like that, but and you didn't do anything wrong, but protect your person. That's it. I'm not used to being in close proximity with dudes like that. I'm not used to, you know, dudes touching me and being all in my space. I'm just not. So, and especially if you didn't invite them, especially if you don't feel comfortable to the point of having them so close to you, then I think a man should respect that, and they should just, you know, back the fuck off. And that's just how I feel. That's just in my opinion. But yeah, so I guess I came on here to kind of vent my frustration about that, because, you know, I wouldn't even be in a situation if I could find a place to rent and I can be in my own personal space, you know? So I'm still looking for places to rent. I'm still sending emails and stuff like that. It's been hard. But I hate being in this like limbo of instability, and I hate being, I just hate it. You know what I mean? I hate it. So again, if anybody's in Southern California and you know of any places to rent in the surrounding area, like I said, I've been trying and stuff just is not biting. Kind of like finding a second job just isn't biting, but you know, we'll see how all that pans out. I'm gonna continue to take y'all along on the journey with me, because I think it's important to have everything documented, and I think it's important to show, to document what's going on with me and why things are panning out the way they're panning out. So yeah, I normally, and a lot of my videos on this page, y'all, I normally don't complain about stuff like this. Like, I'm normally talking about regular stuff in the world, news, or I'm talking about something that's going on with me, but it's usually not something like this particular kind of story. So you know that I must be bothered if I'm coming on here and talking about that story in particular. And I don't care if he sees it. I don't care who sees it. That knows the person. I don't give a fuck. It's how I feel. It's how I feel, and I have every right to voice my feelings and express myself, and I have every right to erect boundaries if I feel like somebody is just too close. I have every right, so I don't care. It is what it is. Sharing a space is one thing, but getting into somebody's personal space, like when you're too close to the face and too close to the body and all of that shit, that's something completely different. That's something completely different. Oh yeah? Feeling good and positive after seeing me? I don't remember your name. I don't remember your name. Have you been on the chat room? In the chat room before? I don't remember seeing your name. But I'm glad that you're feeling good and positive. I'm glad. I don't know why seeing me brings the positivity and the feeling of good, but I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm just expressing myself. I had to get some stuff off my chest. Well, that bird is super loud. But it's another beautiful day in Southern California. Christmas is in what, 2 days? So I hope everybody is having a wonderful holiday season. And if you're with family, I hope you're enjoying your family. We spoke a few days ago, asked the question, would you date a 21-year-old guy? Oh, you asked me that? Was it 21 or 24? I thought it was 24 years old. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I think that's so young. I think it's just so young. You know? See, now you're saying 24. Is it 21 or 24? Which one is it? Either or, you know, it's like, I still think it's too young. I know dudes, like older dudes, date girls that age, and they don't mind dating girls that young. But I just feel like that's so young. You have so much to learn, so much to go through, you know, heartbreaks to go through, just different things to go through. And I just, I don't know. I just think it's young. Maybe friends, maybe if, you know, if you can even be friends with you know, I'd be considered like an auntie to a 24-year-old, an auntie. It's not about the age, it's about how mature you are. That is very true. That is very true. Yeah, they always say age ain't nothing but a number, right? Which, and okay, in hindsight, yeah, I guess. It is about how mature you are. But that's what I'm concerned about. That's why I said I think it's too young. I'm concerned about the maturity level and the capacity to be able to handle certain things. But I know that there are, you know, older guys that don't have the capacity to handle certain things. So, you know, there are older guys that you know, how do I say it without being shady? Like, there are older guys, like in their 40s, 50s, 60s, that act like they're 20. You know what I mean? That act like, you know, that just haven't reached the full maturity level or don't know how to emotionally balance themselves out and stuff. So when you're dealing with stuff like that, you got to be careful because, you know, it's just all kind of stuff that plays into that. Emotional abuse, verbal abuse, all kind of stuff. Like just in the situation I'm in right now, like I clearly see what's going on. I clearly understand everything. And that's how I know I'm just like, oh God, I have to, something has to, something has to change, and it has to change quick because I can't be put in like scenarios like this and having to deal with like people feeling like, you know, they should be able to get at me just because we're in like, you know, close proximity to each other, because that's not cool at all. But people get mature in young age when they have responsibilities. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's about responsibility, building character, experiences, life experiences. You have to have life experiences, you know, in order to flesh out your characters, your character traits and all of that. But yeah, I get that. Why? How old are you? Are you 21 and 24? Or 24? Because you keep saying those ages specifically. But I do think you're 24. Have you dated older women, or have you dated, are you used to dating like females your age, women your age? I'm curious to know. What's crazy is, or maybe it's not crazy, I never thought that I would date like older guys. I never, like my mind never went there to date older guys. But it's almost like I had to transform my mind into thinking different. So now I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I should be open to dating older guys, just like I guess I should be open to dating younger guys, right? Because I do feel you can find love either or. But, you know, with younger guys, to me, it's just kind of scary. That's all. It's just kind of scary, but it's not that it's not unheard of. That's for sure. But I've never dated younger guys. So it's usually like in my age group I've dated. Only really in my age group. And that goes from when I was like in my 20s, like only dated, if I was in my 20s, I only dated people that, oh, I'm lying. Let me back up. I dated one older dude. I am so lying. Ooh. I did date one older dude when I was 21. I think I was 20 or 21, and he was like 35 or 36. So I did date an older dude. But he, I mean, he was like 15 years older. But he didn't look it or anything. And 35 isn't actually old. So, I don't know. I have dated mostly girls my age and younger than me. Oh, okay. Hi, wifey, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Hello. So, okay, so girls your age and younger. How is it dating girls younger than you? Or females, I'll say it. I won't say girls. How is it dating women younger than you? Do you like it? Do you find them mature or immature? What is, today is the 23rd. It's a beautiful Monday, y'all. It's a beautiful Monday. Do you find the females younger than you to be more mature or less mature? Sing. He's like, would you date? Let me ask you, that just came into the chat room that said, hi, wifey. I don't know how old you are or anything, but would you date a younger female? Like, would you date a female that's 20 years old? I'm curious to know this. But now I feel I am mentally an old guy. and they are not my cup of tea anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Mentally, you're an old guy? Well, what have you been through? You sound like you've been through a lot. Don't say you're an old guy mentally. Don't say that. Don't say you're an old guy mentally. We're I guess you're, I don't know what you mean. I mean, I know what you mean. You know, like you feel like you're more mature at your age and you don't want to deal with younger women. So you would prefer to date an older woman. Some guys say they would prefer to date older women because they feel like they're seasoned or they can show them things that young girls can't. Well, just, yeah. That is true. That is true. Older women can definitely show younger guys things that young females or younger females can't. But it's only because they haven't had the experiences yet. Some have, but many haven't. And you only gain the experience with time. So it is what it is. You want peace and understanding, which young girls don't have. Oh, wait, that just reminded me of that Escape song. What I need from you is under. Oh, you don't feel they understand you? And they don't bring you peace? Damn. Why don't they bring you peace? What they tell you, to take them out to 5-star restaurants? Is that what they do? You better take me out to 5-star restaurants and you better take me shopping on a $5,000 shopping spree, a $10,000, and I want this and I want that. Young females are very demanding nowadays. I see it all on YouTube, y'all. They are demanding to go to 5-star restaurants and they are demanding $10,000 shopping sprees. And then when the men ask them, well, why should I do all that if I just met you? And then they say, you don't see me? You don't see what I have on? I mean, just look at me. And that's their answer, which always shocks me. I'm just like, and yeah, look at you, and. And it's interesting. I keep saying 20 is out of range for me, but the offers are coming from 20 to 30-year-old women. Oh, check you out. Oh, really? So 20 to 30-year-old women are hollering at you? Check you out. So what, you just walk down the street and they like, hey, Big Daddy. I don't know your age, but I find that younger guys, guys in their 20s and stuff, I find that they holler at me a lot, but a lot of times it's because they think that I'm in my 20s. You know what I mean? Like, I used to work at Starbucks and I transferred to different locations, and every location I transferred to, the people that work there, because a lot of times it was high school kids, college kids, and sometimes it was older people or whatever. But it was usually a lot of young kids working there. And they would just blend right in with me, and they thought that I was in college with them. They thought I was college their age. And then when I would tell them no, and then I would tell them, and they were like, what? So they were always really, really shocked or whatever. So I think what it is with the guys in their 20s that ask me out and try to talk to me, I think they think I'm in their age group or whatever, which is fine. Oh, and stores and shopping is when they get at you? They'll check you out. But 29, so 20 is, that's what I said. This is what Singh is saying. Singh is saying 21 to 24 years old. And I keep telling him I think that's too young. But, Singer Cher, how old is Cher? Cher is 70-something years old. And she's dating a 30-something-year-old man. Okay? Cher a whole 40 years older than her boo. And they still together. I think that's what she called her boy toy or something. I don't know. And I guess that's his sugar mama, because she definitely take care of him. And he definitely okay with that. So Aw, it's 4 birds. I like Cher though. I've always liked Cher. You don't go to clubs, but you do go to sports bars to watch the game sometimes. There's nothing wrong with sports bars because you can always find like, pretty good food there, good drinks. It's a social environment, so you can always probably find somebody to talk to or whatever. I normally don't go to sports bars, but the last one I went to wasn't that long ago. It's probably like maybe a month ago, and I had a good time. I sat at the bar and I had me a cocktail and some tacos and watched sports and news and had full on conversations with people. People were kind of just walking over and talking to me. So I didn't mind it. It was kind of cool. I want understanding. You want an understanding person with whom you can spend time and travel and stay happy. And you are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. I understand. I understand that. We all want somebody who understands us because not everybody understands us, even if they say they do. So I get that. And you want to spend time and travel? Yeah, I want to travel too. I definitely want to travel more. I want to explore and research and learn and have experiences. I want to have experiences. I bet you did. What you mean? I bet I did. What? Have a good time at the sports bar? And you're a good listener? That's good to know. Y'all, it's so funny because sometimes when I come on here on the live, I swear I feel like I'm on like one of them dating shows because y'all be asking me questions and stuff, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm on a straight dating show. And one of my shorts, I straight up said, well, who needs dating websites when you got a YouTube channel? You can just go on live, go on YouTube, and people just start talking to you, and you're just like, hey, you just make connections that way and have a good time. Yeah, I did. I had a good time. I did. And I was talking to this dude, and we had a good conversation. And I think because our conversation may have looked really interesting, it kind of drew people to us. So they were kind of just walking over like, hey, how you doing? Hey, hey. I don't know. Whatever. It was cool. It was a cool night. But I don't normally go to sports bars and stuff. I like lounges, like places that I can go and like listen to music and have a good meal. The last place that I went to like that was this place called Vibrato. And it's definitely a lounge. They have like cozy booths and they have really, really good cuisine and good cocktails. And they have a stage like centered in the middle of the restaurant. And they have live bands just come and play instruments. And sometimes they'll have singers, or a lot of times they'll have singers come and sing. And it's just really, really nice. It's peaceful. I took a video of the last time I went. Did I post it on here? I think I may have posted it on here. But you would have to like go through all of my videos just to find it. I don't know if I labeled it. I think I labeled it Vibrato, the name of the place that I went to, Vibrato. So if you go through my videos and you see a video that says Vibrato, that's the lounge that I went to where I listened to like live bands and had really good music. And you kind of hear me in the background because the waiter walks up to me and he's handing me my drinks and he's handing me this, menu and all this stuff. And he's like, here you go. And I'm like, thank you. And da-da-da. So, and I'm just singing in the background. It's so nice. I'm going to go back there again. Is Snoop Dogg a song? What are you talking about, Snoop Dogg? That's the, da-da-da-da. It's the motherfucking double G. That is so funny. I'm mobbing with the Dre. Oh, my God. You come on here. You come on here singing Snoop Dogg. I heard he just came out with a new album. A new album called Missionary. And it's so funny too because right before I heard him and Dre's album drop titled Missionary, I was literally on live talking about how missionary, like the missionary position can get boring after a while. And then when I saw on the television, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is collaborating on the album titled Missionary, I was like, oh shit. But I don't know what they mean about, what their version means. Missionary could just be, mission, a mission to achieve something. It don't have to be about sex. But we all know when it comes to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, especially from back in the day, a lot of their music is about sex. But who knows? Did you get Myers? Did you get Snoop Dogg's and Dr. Dre's new album? Is that why you're singing his lyrics? I'm gonna listen to it and see how it sounds. They said in the news, in the headlines, that Dr. Dre has officially divorced his wife, and she got $100 million. And then they said, "Oh, but that's nothing. That's nothing to him because he has about 820 million left." I said, "Damn, you rich when you can give somebody $100 million and it feels like nothing to you. That's crazy. That is so crazy." Mariah Carey Christmas song is playing. That song is like 20 years old. The All I Want for Christmas Is You song. That song is like 20 years old and it still rocks. Like that's like everybody's favorite Christmas song, or one of them anyway. Because I know I like Donny Hathaway's Christmas song. Hey, Sing, if you're still on here, are you located in America? Or are you in across the way in Asia? Just curious to know, because I think you told me that you were in East India. What message is held for review? I don't remember this. Oh my God, I hope this video doesn't get a copyright on it. So let me try to drown out some of the music. Oh God, do y'all hear the music? I'm gonna get dinged. And I don't want to get dinged, because if your videos get dinged for like music in the background or something, especially if they hear it clearly, then you can't monetize that video, unfortunately. So I hope y'all don't hear it. It's not really, really loud. I love that song. Did y'all check out my Christmas song? Now, it don't sound like Mariah Carey Christmas song, but it's my rendition of a Christmas song. It's very, very different, but I'm very, very different. So if you go to my videos and you see the video titled Christmas Time, that's my Christmas Time song that I wrote, sang, performed, and I composed the music to. So all of it is me. So that's my rendition. It starts out slow and kind of animated and kind of like otherworldly, which I love that. But that's what I heard when I attempted to make the song. Like, I heard this otherworldly sound that was really just kind of like psychedelic. That's what I heard. And then after I heard the whole psychedelic otherworldly melody, then the whole actual Christmas song broke out in my head, like the melody. So that's what I played out. And then I ended it with the otherworldly sound. I like it. It's dope to me. I love all my music that I make and my songs. Every time I listen to my music, I get so excited. I'm like, wow, that's so dope. I'm so cool. But as an artist, you have to love your stuff, right? If you don't love your stuff, who will? And if you don't believe in your art, who's going to believe in it, right? And I wholeheartedly believe in my art. I can't make out the music. What do you mean you can't make out the music? What do you mean you can't make out the music? What do you mean by that? You can't make out the music. I wish I could meet you in real life and go for a coffee and talk. Oh, that's right. You did say you wanted to go for coffee last time. I like you already. I'm drinking coffee right now. I had my blueberry muffin. I'm drinking coffee right now. Well, maybe we can meet in real life one day. You never know. You never know. Never say never. Never say never. I'm pretty sure we will. In the background, good. Thank you so much for letting me know that you could not make out the music. Good. So they have no issues with dinging my video. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I do, I can't wait to get to the point where, you know how YouTubers have so many subscribers that they do like meet and greets and stuff like that. Like that's what I aspire to, because I'm a people person and I love people. So I honestly cannot wait to get to a point where I have like so many subscribers, and it's not for bragging rights, and it's not, to be like, oh, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? It's just like so that I can, have meet and greets and like do fun things together. Like some YouTubers that have like a massive following, sometimes they'll go on like retreats and stuff, like to Costa Rica or Jamaica or Hawaii. You know what I mean? And they'll have like full on Zoom calls for like special events or something, or they literally do meet up. They go on trips and stuff, and they meet up together. So I look forward to that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but you never know. Things happen all the time. And I actually want to say thank you to my subscribers, new and the veteran ones. And thank you to everyone that views my videos and shares my content and likes my videos, because I recently looked at my data for my channel, and I saw that I am now over 101,000 views for this channel. I'm over 101,000 views. And as far as my subscribers, it's inching up. It's inching up. I've been lax with this channel. I only started posting videos to this channel like the ending of 2021, basically October, November 2021. So you might as well say 2022. So like for 2 years, I've been posting videos to this channel, but not like consistently. I've only recently got consistent maybe in the last 9 months. And I've only recently got consistent with doing lives maybe in the last 2 months. So, from that, the subscriber count is going up, and the views have definitely gone up. So thank you to all of y'all who has increased my views. I'm over 101,000 views strong and counting. So I appreciate y'all. And make sure you check out my artistry page, y'all, at that girl Shanda, and subscribe, and the podcast, all that good stuff, Yeah, I'm glad I remembered to say that, because I definitely wanted to say thank you, because I am grateful. I'm definitely very grateful for you guys that conversate with me, and we have really good conversation. Like in the last video, the discussion was off the hook, but I enjoyed it so much. Y'all give me a lot of stuff to think about. You really do. And I enjoy that. And I enjoy the questions that you ask me too. I like debates, y'all. So I like when people ask me questions, and I definitely like when people ask me like hard questions or challenging questions, because I'm always trying to learn new things. So, and to actually do it in real time, it's fun to me. Turn impossible into I'm possible. That's right. And I'm definitely motivated. Whoa, wait, you just calculated that, Sing? You just calculated that? 7,768 miles away from the United States of America. You know what? It actually don't sound that far. Oh, I remember you told me it's like freezing up there now, right? You said it's so cold and snowing and stuff. I don't know why that doesn't sound like it's that far. I think it's because traveling within the United States, period, you can hit that mileage. I think that's why it doesn't seem so bad. All right, so it sounds like you just need to get on a plane. Because it's warm over here. You said it's freezing where you at, so you should come where it's warm. I'm in Southern California. That's where I am. Wait, so what is everybody's plans for Christmas? Are y'all even celebrating Christmas where you are, Sing? But what is everybody else doing like for Christmas? What are y'all plans? Staying home for the holidays, going out to eat. Wait a minute, are places even open on Christmas? I don't know if places are... wonder if Denny's is going to be open on Christmas. They probably will, knowing them. What will they? I don't know. So I got to make sure I have my my dinner all together, so I don't be left without any dinner. But we make community where we are, right? You know what I was told the other night, y'all? Was it last night? I think I was told last night. So earlier in this video, I was talking about like personal space and how it's like tension between me and this guy where we're kind of in each other's, spaces or whatever, because I erected boundaries and was like, you kind of too close, back up or whatever. So he told me yesterday that I'm prim and proper. I'm too prim and proper. And I was like, is that your way of saying that I'm like a goody two shoes or something? Because that's what it sounds like. And he's like, no. And he's like, well, maybe that is what I mean. And I guess he says that I'm a goody two shoes is because like there's just certain things I won't do. And, sometimes people try to peer pressure you to do things and you just kind of stick to your boundaries and you're just like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't want to. No, I have no urge to. No, you know what I mean? And so he was like, oh, you're so prim and proper. You're prim and proper. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'll be prim and proper. But it's just certain things that I will not do. And I don't care what nobody say. You don't peer pressure me to do shit. You are 1,826 miles away from where? Southern California? So that means that you are in America. Where are you at? I think. Anyway, where are you at? I have manners. Yeah, I have manners. Of course I have manners. I have manners. I'm professional. I know how to be professional in professional settings. I understand that there's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? And I try not to, not even try. I just, I am who I am. But, I also have my moments when I may not be happy about something, or, I may feel like I need to vent my frustrations about something. And sometimes it could come out angry, right? And I may curse a lot more than usual, or, but that's just the passion behind it. So I don't hide that part of me either. St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, I know it's cold out there. It just sounds like it's cold out there. St. Louis. I think I drove through St. Louis one time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, you got switched off. You got switched off? What did I ask you? I forgot what I asked you. I know I asked you something. I don't remember. I forgot what I asked you. You have to rewind the video now just to figure it out. How is it in St. Louis, Missouri? Are you having a white Christmas? 52 degrees. I knew it was cold. Woo! So that means if it's 52 degrees during the day, then at night I could just imagine. No worries. I could just imagine what it is at night. So are you with family and stuff? You guys having a wonderful white Christmas in St. Louis? That's where the rapper Nelly is from. I don't know why I even thought to say that, but no snow. That's weird. I would thought y'all would have had snow. You're in the Himalayas? Ooh. The Himalayas. It makes me think of Himalayan salt. Himalayan pink salt and stuff. Ooh, yeah, it's cold up there. Are you by like Nepal? I don't know why that popped in my head, but Nepal popped in my head. Are you near Nepal? I bet it is snowing there. I know, but I'm saying, are you near Nepal? Oh, it's night now? How is it nighttime already and you in America? It's not supposed to be nighttime right now. What time is it? It's not supposed to be nighttime right now. And they keep stressing that the days, like in the media, they keep stressing that the days are getting longer. And they're like longer in all caps. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And why are they emphasizing longer? Like, I'm trying to understand. Because as far as I know, the days seem shorter to me. It gets dark at like 5 something, right? I don't know. I'm confused. And I think the time fell back. How they say fall back with the time, spring forward when spring comes around. Kind of near Nepal. I don't know why that. When you said Himalayan mountains, my mind went to Nepal. Okay. So you're kind of close. Okay. Okay. 5:50 p.m. Oh, that's right. The time difference. Sorry. I forgot about the time zone difference. You live in a Himachal, a state of India North. Okay. Yeah, I remember you told me that you had a family or something that came to America. They're always lying about the time and just about everything. I know. I don't know if we fell back or if we went forward or if it just stayed the same. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know why government does what they do, but they do it. So I guess, we only know what they want us to know. So you work for American Express? Let me find out. So you wanted a customer service reps. So if I call in to American Express, I'm going to get you on the phone. I'll get you on the phone. But that's probably a good company to work for. As long as they're paying you good and you don't feel like they're slighting you or anything. You know what I mean? You think they smoke a lot outdoors? Where? Who smokes a lot outdoors? What are you talking about? Pay is okay? Okay. But what are you talking about? Who smokes a lot outdoors? You think they smoke a lot of dope? Who? And when you say dope, do you mean marijuana or like some other stuff? Oh my goodness, who smokes a lot of dope? Let me find out, y'all. Let me go back and see what you were talking about so I'll know. Oh, government? Is that what you mean? I had to go back and see what else you said so I could kind of put it together. Government smokes a lot of dope? Is that what you're saying? They do a lot more than that. It's this dude, Matt Gaetz. He's a congressman, right? And I think he was appointed to a specific title within the Trump administration. But ever since Trump appointed him, Matt Gaetz, ever since Trump appointed him, all of these scandals have been coming out about him. Because you know how when you get appointed to a higher title within the government, they do background checks on your ass. So I don't know why he would even accept a higher position knowing that they were going to look into his background. Or maybe Matt Gaetz thought that he covered it up so well that nobody would find out. But now he's having to step down or back away from the appointment because it came out that he spent thousands of dollars on cocaine and that he sexually assaulted minors and I think was doing drugs with minors. Matt Gaetz. All of this is on the media right now. You can literally Google it or look it up on YouTube and it pops up. Matt Gaetz, Gaetz. Busted. The ethics committee busted him. So you're right. You said you think they smoke a lot of dope. Yeah, they do more than that. Clearly. Or should I say allegedly? Allegedly. You always got to say allegedly so you don't get in too much trouble. That's so funny. Have y'all heard about actor Denzel Washington getting baptized and receiving his minister's license? Somebody said, Denzel said, I could do it. I could do better than TD Jakes. So I guess Denzel Washington wants to be a minister, which he probably would be really, really good at it. Because if you remember, if anybody has ever seen the movie Malcolm X, where actor Denzel Washington played the hell out of that role. I don't care what nobody say. That movie was about 3.5 hours long. And I sat through all 3.5 hours every time I watched it without a problem, because that's how entertaining it was, or it is. And he preached the way he was acting like Malcolm X. He was preaching from that pulpit, okay? So I know if he's going to be any kind of minister in the church, he might come off like a Malcolm X or something like that. He might, because he do give good advice. I read a lot of his advice and his quotes and stuff. So he do speak a lot of truth. He a fellow Capricorn, so I guess his birthday coming up soon. Oh yeah, it's Capricorn season. Happy birthday to all my fellow Caps. Capricorn season is upon us. So happy birthday to anybody who is a Capricorn. My fellow Caps in the house. I just subscribed to the channel and now I should be able to lucky number. Oh, thank you. I hope I reach 1 million too. And more than that. I thought you were subscribed already, Sing. I thought you were subscribed already. 555 is a lucky number. I read that 555 is about changes. It's about changes. And goodness knows, that's all I feel like I've been going through is a bunch of changes for a very long time. And I'm ready for some really, really, really good change. Really, really, really good change. I'm deserving of it. And I feel that I deserve to have really, really good change. So I'm hoping that good change is coming my way. Thanks, Sing. I appreciate that. He ain't the only one, but once you look at another position, someone is already holding evidence for the right time to play that particular card. Thank you for subscribing, y'all. I appreciate it. To play that particular card. Yeah, right? See, a lot of people, it's interesting because a lot of people are like mad at Trump, right? Well, this is what people are telling me. Oh, Shanda, Trump is already off to a horrible start. He's appointing all these people and they got these bad records. And I guess he don't care because, he was, brought up on charges for certain things. So maybe he's trying to appoint all these bad people with these scandals. But it's like, who in government hasn't had a scandal? Presidents, congressmen, House members, like who in government hasn't had a scandal? Like nobody's perfect, right? So people have passed. Well, now how do you say it? People have a past, right? And sometimes things in the past ain't that great, but it doesn't mean that they can't redeem themselves. Not all people will redeem themselves. Some will just say that they will. And some people actually do. And so, it's interesting, like I said, because people are mad at Trump for appointing certain people with these horrible backgrounds. But in my eyes, I'm like, well, you never know. Trump could be purposely appointing these people because he know that their horrible backgrounds are going to come to the forefront. Maybe he got a vendetta with them. Maybe he's trying to, maybe it's his way of taking out the trash early before he gets in office. I'm going to appoint you. I'm going to appoint you. I'm going to appoint you. I'm going to appoint you because while I'm appointing these people, there's going to be a thorough background check being conducted, and anything in your background is going to get you not to be appointed to what I appointed you to. So then I'm going to have to pick the right people or the people that I really want to put in that position, so you never know why people do what they do. You never know why people do what they do. So anybody that gets appointed, just be, in government under the Trump administration, you just be ready for a thorough investigation of your background. That's all. And if you know it's something in your background that you don't want to come to light, just back away. Do it early. Don't even accept the appointment. No, I shouldn't say that because they should be held accountable for their actions. So maybe I shouldn't say that, but whatever. In the numerology, the number 555 is considered an angel number that can represent good luck, change, and personal growth. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for making me aware of that. And I will wholeheartedly accept and claim all of that, okay? Wholeheartedly. That's a slick way to clean up the trash. That's what I said. Everyone's getting mad at him about who he's appointing, but my thinking is like completely different. That's another thing why some people say they like to talk to me or ask me questions or ask me like how about reaching resolutions to certain things, because they say I always look at things in a completely different light. This one person said to me when she asked me for advice and I gave it to her, she said, "You know what, Shanda? You are the only person that told me this." She said, "I spoke to a gazillion other people and they all gave me the exact same answer." She said, "I come to you and you tell me something that I didn't even think of." She said, "And nobody else said that shit." She said, "And now you're making me look at stuff in a completely different way. And what you said makes complete sense and is connecting the dots of how this got this way and this got that way and that got right." She's like, "I understand. It makes perfect sense." And I was like, "Oh." She's like, "Wow." But I do. Like, I see things very differently. I do. But I like seeing things different. I think that's why some people, I'm not even going to get into that. Some people might not want me to be too close. They're going to like, if you bring her too close, she going to peep some shit. And then she going to tell on her ass. But not necessarily, just tell me, don't say nothing, or don't say nothing about this, Shanda. If you know, or if you figure it out, just be quiet. That's why I said the person would be real lucky to have me on their team of strategists or on their team of leadership, because baby, this noggin right here, oh yes. But some recognize the new year when winter ends as spring springs forth with new life. Yeah. I always say when the new year comes in, the first 6 months, I'm sowing seeds and in hopes of the last 6 months of a fruitful harvest. So that's just what I say that every year. And I'm always sowing seeds. I always have goals and different projects and things I'm working on. I always have things to work on, which is probably why I'm never bored. Because some people will ask me like, "Oh, aren't you bored? Aren't you bored? Aren't you bored?" I'm like, "I'm no." And then they kind of frown and look at me like, "You're not bored? You're never bored? And I'm like, "No." They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I'm always doing something. If I'm not sleeping, I'm doing something. I'm always working on something. I'm creating something. I'm always doing something." And a lot of times it takes me away from like little things like calling up a friend and talking on the phone, or calling up a family member and seeing what's good with them. And I think that's why when I do talk to like friends or a family member, I'm usually on the phone with them for like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, because we haven't talked in a while, and because we need to get out everything and catch up on everything. You know what I mean? Because, and another thing is, I guess they said, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna talk to this girl, because she is always doing something. Okay. And so I don't know. I think that's what they say. I don't know when we're gonna catch her again. So let's just stay on the phone and get out as much as we can. Because we don't know when she gonna ring our phone next, or when we ring her phone, if she gonna answer. So it's funny. It's so funny. But and then we always talk like we never stop talking. So it is what it is. I'm just always doing something. What you think about Indians in general and about dating? Here you go, Sing. Here you go. What I think about Indians in general? Well, it depends on what Indians you're talking about. Because I'm West Indian. So are you talking about what I think about East Indians? East Indians in Asia? Is that what you're saying? Because I'm West Indian. So when you say Indians in general, I mean, in general, I'm Indian. So my dad's side is Hawaiian and Mayan Indian, and my mom's side is Cherokee Indian. So we are all West Indian in India and in Asia. What do I think about Indians? I mean, in Asia, I never kind of thought about it. All I've ever said was I love the fabrics from India, from East India. I love the fabrics. I love the jewelry in East India. Because like y'all gold is like 24 proof, right? 24%, 24 count proof or something, between 18 and 24 proof y'all gold is. Like it's, so I always admired how real y'all gold is. And I always admired the culture, like the jewelry, the fabrics, the outfits and stuff. And I always wanted to visit over there because I said I always wanted to like buy fabrics and I wanted to buy jewelry and stuff like that and just kind of immerse myself in the culture over there. So I mean, I don't think anything bad about East India or anything like that. I think it's fine. I think y'all have a lot of issues in y'all economy. Like I'll always hear about train accidents or bus accidents or something happening that's like making, I don't know if it's earthquakes or it's always something super like, disastrous going on over there. I mean, from what I'm reading anyway, in the headlines. And I'm just like, damn, why is something always happening over in East India? What is going on? But other than that, I used to go to church with East Indians. When I would go to church, our church was downstairs, and then East Indians, their church was upstairs. So when we would come to church every Sunday, we would all meet up outside the door because the people inside had to open the doors. And then we would say hi to, all of us would say hi. The West Indians would say hi to the East Indians, and we would compliment each other on our clothes. Like West Indians would have the big floppy hats, like Southern hats, like down south Kentucky Derby kind of hats. So West Indians would have the big hats on and our elaborate outfits or whatever, and then the East Indians would have their saris on and their the dots and stuff like that. So, and we would all commune together, and when we would go into church, they would go upstairs to their church. The East Indians would go upstairs to their church, and the West Indians would go downstairs to our church. So, and that's how it was for a really, really long time. So I don't have any qualms, unless it's some other stuff going on that I don't know about, I'm a creative, never bored, drawing, painting, writing, and making music. Exactly. There's always something to do. Like when people tell me that they're bored, I always tell them, well, it's your fault. And then they get mad at me. What you mean it's my fault? It's not my fault that I'm bored. I'm like, yes, it is, because there's always something to do. It is. I said, there's too much in this world to discover for you to be bored. It's just too much. It's too much in this world to discover to be bored. So I'm always discovering stuff because I love to learn. So I'm never bored, and something's always inspiring me. There's always something that's popping off in my mind, whether it's a movie or a short story or a poem, spoken word, a screenplay, a book. It's something that's always popping off in my head, whether a video for YouTube or TikTok or whatever. I was recently on my Instagram page, my Honey Child's Cafe. Was it Cafe? My Honey Child's Candles Instagram page. And I was going through my old content. And I ran across this video, this Christmas time video, where I made this song singing about my candles. And while I'm singing in the background, I'm showing, like, it's like a whole video showing my candles, from me making them to me packaging them to me putting them in the Christmas bags and stuff like that. And the ending of the song was so funny and it was so cute. And so I put it as my story on my Instagram page like last night, because I'm like, oh my God, I haven't heard this song. I forgot that I created this song, and I completely forgot, but it was nice to reminisce about it. And so I posted it. So maybe I'll post it on my community tab so y'all can see it and see what I'm talking about. That's what I'll do. When I get off of here, I'll post my Honey Child's Candles Christmas song on the community tab so that y'all can check it out. I cracked up because I spoke about chitlins in the song. I don't know if y'all know what chitlins is, but I spoke about it and how it pertained to my candles. So if you don't understand, you just gotta watch the video in order to see what I'm talking about. But I'll make sure I post it after I get off this live. And if you haven't subscribed to All Baddies Got a Story, please subscribe to the channel, share the content, like the videos, check out my artistry page at that girl Shanda with all my, well, not all, I always say all, with some of my original spoken word, my original songs, my original music. Subscribe to the channel. I also have a podcast with almost 300 episodes. Subscribe to the pod. The link is in the profile. I also have a podcast playlist folder. Check out some of the episodes. If you vibe with it, please subscribe to the pod. Subscribe, y'all. And I have a lot of other links in my profile that leads to my other social media pages and some more interesting content that's different from this page. And I think all of my social media pages are completely different from each other. And I think that's just a way of me showing my different layers, you know, because we all have a lot of different layers. So I think it's pretty cool. But check it out, y'all. I'm about to get off this live, and I appreciate everybody being here. Maybe I'll jump on later on and do another live if I'm feeling a little frisky. You never know, because you just never know. You just never know. Something might be going down, and I might want to just go on live and let y'all watch it with me. I mean, I don't know. You know, life's a movie, right? Life is definitely a movie. So I'm going to get off this live. And I appreciate y'all being here, and I will talk to y'all in the next live. Yes, 24 karat, exactly. That's what I want. That's what I want, that 18 to 24 karat in the fabrics. Because I got designs in my head with the fabrics. Okay, that's it. And I would love to see, you said you're a creative and you draw, paint, write, and make music. Do you have an artistry page? Tekken, do you have an artistry page? Like, or a channel or anything like that? Because I would like to check out your work. That would be cool to see your artistry. When I was doing my Honey Child's Cafe website, when I originally had my website, because I also had my candle website too. But when I had my Honey Child's Cafe website, my idea was to bring all artists together to kind of commune in one space. And I was going to set up individual pages for each artist to showcase their work. And, you know, of course, I wasn't going to take rights or anything away or, you know, from anybody's work. But, you know, just to kind of commune in one space and we can all come together as artists and collaborate. Because I was always looking for other artists to collaborate with and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. So I would love to see what your artistry is all about. Indian economy was at 11th position 10 years ago. Now it's at 4th position and soon to be 3rd by 2027. Really? 3rd? Why is it moving up so fast? Why is it moving up so fast? It's in my profile, see? All of my Instagrams, my TikToks, my Instagram, TikToks, my blog, which is a Hood Talks. All of that stuff is, all of those links are in my profile box. So all you gotta do is click on my profile, and then it's gonna, all the links are just gonna drop down, and you'll see everywhere you can find all my content, and you'll see the Instagram pages. So it'll say Honey Child's Candles, Honey Child's Cafe. Do I have any other Instagram? I think those are the only 2 Instagrams I have, if I'm not mistaken. It's usually like business pages and stuff. I have a lot of business social media, but you can find it in the profile because I don't know it by heart, but I know it's Honey Child's Candles and Honey Child's Cafe, but the links are just in the profile, as well as my podcast. My podcast link is in the profile too. But I also have a podcast playlist folder right here on this page. You can check it out. Subscribe to the pod. And I will talk to you guys later. I think I might come on later on. I think I might, because why not, right? All right. 8% GDP growth every year. That's good. What are y'all doing? Now you're going to have me researching, because now I'm curious about your economy. Oh, somebody asked me to look up where they live yesterday. I'm going to have to look back at the video from yesterday and see exactly what he was talking about. He wanted me to look up his town, where he's from or something. Oh, you talking about this just made me remember that. Y'all always giving me homework, okay? Okay, but I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'll come back on later, y'all. Bye.